Not going to get me twice. Melissa Jefferson-Wooden on how she avenged Olympic loss to Julien Alfred. Melissa Jefferson-Wooden has explained the motivation behind her dominant victory over Julien Alfred and Sha'Carri Richardson in the 100 meters at the 2025 Eugene Diamond League Classic. It was the first time the trio met since the Paris 2024 Olympic final, where Alfred stormed to gold, Richardson took silver, and Jefferson-Wooden settled for bronze. This time, the American sprinter flipped the script, crossing the line first in emphatic fashion to extend her unbeaten streak this season. Pay attention. Stay updated with the latest sports news in Kenya from Pulse Sports. Alfred, who had not lost a race all year, was forced to settle for second in 10.77, while Ivorian veteran Marie-Josée Talu-Smith ran a season's best 10.90 for third. Jamaican champion Tina Clayton, 11.02, finished fourth. Richardson, still finding her rhythm after limited outings this year, trailed in ninth with 11.19. They're not going to get me twice. Speaking on Shannon Sharpe and Chad Johnson's Nightcap YouTube show, Jefferson-Wooden described how she channeled the pain of her Olympic loss into a statement win. That race was basically an Olympic rematch. I remember being in the tunnel, telling myself, "They're not going to get you twice," she said. In life, things don't always go your way, but it's about how you bounce back. You learn from those moments and grow from them. After reflecting on the 2024 season, I realized how content I was with my progress despite the challenges. This year is about seeing what a healthy Melissa can do. Now that I'm healthy, it's about building on that and being the best version of myself. Jefferson-Wooden added that her current streak of form is the product of relentless work. What you're seeing now is something I've always dreamed of. To be living it is mind-blowing, though not surprising, because I've been putting in the work. When I run these times and compete at this level, it doesn't surprise me. I've earned it through hard work every single day. The only surprising part is hearing the history stats, realizing how long it's been since someone's achieved something like this. That's shocking. But the performances themselves, I expect them, because I've trained for them. Jefferson-Wooden has been in scorching form since the start of the year. She clocked 10.65 seconds at the USATF trials for the Tokyo World Championships and has now become the first woman since Florence Griffith Joyner and Elaine Thompson-Herah to record two sub-10.70 performances in a single season. Heading into the Silesia Diamond League, she remains focused on sustaining her dominance and ensuring her rivals know that Eugene was no one-off. Not going to get me twice. She dusted off the bronze and rewrote her story. The 2024 Paris Olympics ended with a podium triptych in the women's 100 meters. Julien Alfred atop with gold, Sha'Carri Richardson in second, and Melissa Jefferson-Wooden clutching bronze in third. It was a moment tinged with triumph and the taste of what might have been. Essentially sports. Yet for Jefferson-Wooden, the games were not the final chapter. Instead, they quietly ignited a vow. Not going to get me twice. Phoenix rising, the promise and discipline. She returned home, yet the images of Paris remained, like closed boxes of medals she would seldom open. As she recounted, "I thought about looking at them maybe once or twice, but I got a bronze medal in the 100M last year in Paris, and that's all the motivation I need." NBC Sports. This wasn't defiance, it was determination, a promise that she would return, stronger, smarter, and unbeatable. Slam Circuit Command, building momentum. The Grand Slam Track Series became her forge. Kingston claimed both 100M and 200M, becoming short sprint slam champion. Essentially sports. Miami posted 10.75s, wind assisted, in the 100M, maintaining her rising form. Essentially sports. Philadelphia delivered a personal best 21.99s in the 200M, then shattered her 100 mpb with a blazing 10.73s, tying her as the 10th fastest woman ever. The Straits Times, athleticsweekly.com, Lachuodidianani, BE. Daily Tribune. After that final Philly explosion, she reflected, "I've been learning so many new things about myself, the way I go about training, even when I'm not feeling my best. It's just all coming together." Daily Tribune. Eugene's reckoning. Not going to get me twice. Then came the Prefontaine Classic in Eugene, a showdown against Alfred, among others. Into a stiff headwind, Jefferson-Wooden exploded down the stretch in 10.75s, edging out the Olympic champions, 10.77s. It was Alfred's first loss of the 2025 season. Sportsmax. Essentially sports. I've been saying it time and time again, I'm here to stay. The goal is not just to be in these races, but to go out there and compete, execute, dominate, and win. EWN. Essentially sports. In that moment, her Olympic defeat transformed, not erased, but honored. She had returned, not merely to race, but to settle a score, for herself and for her story. Eugene Nationals, scaling new heights. At the 2025 USA Championships in Eugene, she went further. In the 100m final, she blitzed to 10.65s, marking the first sub-10.70s in 2 years, tying her as the 5th fastest woman in history. Essentially sports. Her consistency and discipline had catapulted her not just past Alfred, but into sprinting's elite echelon. A mantra in motion. Behind every explosive run was a calm, relentless creed. Embracing my journey. One day, one practice, one meet at a time. Staying disciplined and being true to who I am. Melissa Jefferson-Wooden. Essentially sports. Sportskeeda. It's not just a mantra, it's her movement. A small-town girl who evolved into a world-class athlete, anchored in humility and clarity. The creative arc, from bronze to bold. This is not just an athletic ascent, it's a narrative arc. Defeat in Paris becomes a seed, not a tombstone. Discipline and growth shape each step on the Slam series. Redemption blooms not as revenge, but as reaffirmation. Mastery emerges through consistency, focus, and belief. Not going to get me twice. Becomes more than a phrase. It's the heartbeat of her 2025. It's the mark of an athlete who transformed defeat into destiny. Epilogue, the next chapter. Now Jefferson-Wooden stands at the threshold of the 2025 World Championships in Tokyo. With Olympic bronze on her shelf and world-leading times on her resume, she's poised not just to race, but to reign. Her message echoes. I don't know what my ceiling is or what my limits are. Right now the sky is the limit. NBC Sports. Essentially sports. Creative highlights at a glance. Theme. Overcoming past pain with present power. Revenge is motivation, not vengeance. Motifs. Closed boxes of medals, small-town roots and big-city dreams. One step, one race at a time. Tone. Inspirational and intimate, grounded in facts but soaring in spirit. Narrative flow. From Paris to Prefontaine. Against all odds. An underdog's evolution into an authority.